just very much a room with a bed in it. There's not even a window.
So Black Hat will be like, perfect. It's totally what I expected.
I'm downloading the Matrix cheat sheet really quick. Hold on.
Alright. So while we wait for Van Winkle to do their Matrix search, what is everybody going to do?
Celia wants to call up his fixer and ask if he knows anything about the company we're hitting.
Alright. Celia is likely to be able to call up their fixer, sure. Let me just check. Your fixer's yeah. Yeah, you totally call up Strain. Hey, Celia, what do you need?
Well, we have a job against a certain Nista associates, and I kinda need some information on them.
It's a Knocknista.
Knocknista, okay.
Knocknitsa. That's it. Yeah.
Celia will forward the name on to him.
I only get to keep 7 of those.
Yeah, okay. I'll talk about the matrix search in a moment because that's not a valid matrix search. I'll get to it. Anyway, so yeah. Your fixer Strain says, well, I can look into it. But it is going to cost you, you know. Are you willing to pay up? Do you have the cash for it?
Of course.
Well, good to know, good to know. So you just want me to grab a bunch of information on Knocknista?
Any information you can get.
Alright then. I will do that. Yeah. So, Van Winkle, how long are you going to spend on your matrix search?
You'll spend the full 6 hours using browse.
Alright, so I'll tell you what you find at the end of those 6 hours. Right. So, yeah. Celia's fixes off pulling information from various sources. What's Black Cat and Hokan going to do?
Not staying in this room for 6 hours, that's what.
I recommend sending a spirit out to scout the place, maybe.
Do we even know where it is yet?
I assume he gave us a location.
No.
Lovely.
Oh, we're looking for their data vault. We're looking for their data vault, which might not be in their offices. Darn it. I should have... Oh, okay, whatever. We're looking for their data vault.
Another suggestion is to not do the full 6 hour search and instead do a quick little search, see what you find.
Yeah, we'll just do the what are the search thresholds? Hold on, I'm kind of new to this.
The medium one. Yeah. The trick is it takes a minute to do a public threshold 1 search. And that gets you stupid amounts of information, by the way. So you should always do that first. In fact, probably do it in AR at the meet. Helpful. Yeah. So let's assume you did do that. And you get all the public information. Not Nick's associates. is a Nigerian company, originally incorporated in Nigeria. It is unrated, despite being somewhat multinational. It has a small office in Seattle. These offices are located on the 37th of the Gerald Henderson building. This is automatically a problem for you, because this building actually has a MCT extraterritoriality a couple of floors above, up in the mid-50s.
Well, shit. Looks like we're going through the 0 zone, guys.
No, you're not going through the 0 zone. A, you don't know that there's a 0 zone, and that's a bad assumption to make. B, the MCT extraterritoriality is like more than 20 floors above your target location. So,
And like, if it was a 0 zone, you probably couldn't have found it with a pretty much Google search.
yeah. This is just an MCT extraterritoriality. So, not Nitsa Associates is a mining futures company. They deal in trading future shares in African mining productions. As such, Seattle being a large manufacturing and trade port, they have a small office here. You notice a very large and proud news article, just from 4 days ago actually, that announces that Phalanx America, a security company, has taken a new contract out for Nitsa Associates. Yeah, now you don't have floor plans, but yeah, that's the recent news. Yeah, not Nitsa Associates. Other recent news, it's essentially a bunch of financial stuff. It's a bit dry and a bit boring. It shows that they're on a, slight downward trend, but the market is excited about the possibilities of their new products. New products from a mining futures company? You don't know. Maybe they're developing some kind of predictive analysis program. Maybe. Well, that's at least what the rumors say. So, yeah, you've got its location. You've got some more information about it. Now, what would you guys like to do?
I'm thinking some people need to go out and scout it out physically and just have a look at what's going on in the building. Hokan, you're a social infiltrator, correct?
Yes.
Can you drastically change your appearance?
I have facial and body sculpt, yes. And
Yeah, I think it might be a good
control.
It might be a good idea to change your appearance up and go scout the building out, see if you can get in or whatnot. You might need to pocket a key card from someone or charm your way up there. But yeah, I think I'll also like to I'd like to go with him when he does this so that I can matrix perceive it and get a look at it on the matrix.
Sadly, I am not good at pickpocketing yet.
Well, we do have a world-class infiltrator here. Does anybody have a car? Have like an actual car? I just brought a scooter.
I have an actual. Celia has an actual car.
Is it hold on. I mean I feel silly asking this, but does it have the spoofing plates?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Yeah.
And chameleon coding.
You came prepared for this one. So we should probably take your car for a spin with at least me and the mage in it, just so that the mage can have a peek at it on the astral and I can have a peek at it on the matrix.
Probably a good idea.
And specifically, I want to look to see if the lobby has its own computer. Like, is everything on a host? Is the lobby separate from it?
Yeah, so we'll deal with that when you actually go there. So what are you guys actually doing? Are you bundling into the car and going off right now, or what is everybody doing?
That's my suggestion. I mean, you guys can do whatever you want. I could also, we could also look into this Steel Phalanx to try to find their offices and maybe do something involving their offices, get some uniforms or whatnot.
So they deal in mining shares?
Mining futures, essentially.
Futures.
They trade portions of mine production output that are yet to be realized. For example, say you're going to need some copper in 6 months. You say, well, I'd like to buy some copper output that's going to be realized in 6 months. And it's cheaper than buying copper now, and you don't have to hold it in a warehouse. But there's the slight risk that that copper won't actually exist in 6 months. And it's, you know, a fairly interesting and active area of financial trading.
But they wouldn't have a lot of walk-in people.
No.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know.
No, this is not something somebody just off the street walks into, really.
Hello, I would like to buy like 50 tons of iron in like 6 months.
Sorry, we only deal with actually reasonable volumes. If you wanted 50,000 tons of iron, then we could talk.
Yeah, that type of thing. So there's a couple of options. I mean, I could try to dive their host, see if I can get information on appointments.
So, by the way, guys, instead of talking about things you could do, why don't you take some actions?
Black Cat's gonna leave for the Henderson building. Take off.
Alright. Who's going with Black Cat?
Do you have a car, Black Cat?
No, I'm gonna actually just take my motorcycle.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about Black Cat and her motorcycle. The Gerald Henderson building isn't actually that far away from your location. It's about half an hour drive or so across downtown, which isn't that far, but downtown traffic in the middle of a workday is actually quite terrible. It's now about 11 o'clock on Thursday. Yeah, so Black Cat, there's throngs and throngs of people around. And the Gerald Henderson building is quite lit up in AR. There's a lot of corporate signage, AROs, various things around it. So what are you going to do? You just sort of pull over to the side of the road opposite the building, and then what?
I'm gonna get off my motorcycle and tell it to go for a ride around downtown, which is why traffic is so bad.
Yeah, sure. So
basically, I'm gonna just walk into the building and I'm just gonna be looking for MAD scanners, security cameras. What does the lobby look like?
yeah, so the lobby is quite a number of corporations use this building. So the lobby is actually horrendously unimpressive. There is a large shopping complex on the bottom 5 floors of this building. And as such, the ability to access the upper floors is a side door with a lobby literally large enough to contain an elevator bank of 5 elevators. You look up, you see one security camera covering this lobby and elevator bank. And that's it. It's not more than, 12 meters wide, couple of meters deep. It's quite quiet. There's not many people